What's up, everybody? Welcome back today again. Zack, Mwekassa, the Black Warrior. It's a real pleasure to have you today once more. We're going to talk about a subject that's very interesting. Thank you for being part of this. I really appreciate it. I'm having some juice, some freshly squeezed, natural juice. Good for your health. We're going to discuss a few things today that's going certainly to help a lot of people in our communities. These are the things that we maybe don't have time to discuss with some of our brothers or some of our friends. And today, with technology, you can get a lot of friends or good friends even online. And I'd like to be your friend. I think that's going to be a good start. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is you want to realize that if you are serious about change, because we all want change in life, right? We want to improve our life situations. We want a better job. Some people want better salaries, better income, better relationships, better bodies, so you can vibe and stuff. Better outlook to the world. You gotta be ready to go through uncomfortable situation. So stop trying to dodge the process. The process of greatness, of good life, of result is uncomfortable situation. Discomfort. So I don't know what it is in your case. Maybe you want to lose some weight. Maybe you got a big tummy and you just want to get some six pack, some definition in your external body. And maybe definition in your mind, in your way of life, way of thinking. You got to be ready to pay the price. Go through uncomfortable situation. Wake up early in the morning. Go to a gym. First of all, get a gym contract, however you call it. Get a gym contract. Go get a gym. Go find somewhere to meet people like-minded who are going through the same situation, wanting to get better. You gotta be ready to go through uncomfortable situations. Maybe it could be you wanting to get a better job, okay? And this requires you to get more knowledge, because who you are today is the result of what you've always been your own life. If you want to improve your life, you've got to be willing to add new things in your life. That's just the way the life is, the way this life is. You need more knowledge to be more impressive. You need more knowledge to be more remarkable. You cannot dodge the process. So maybe that means you need to wake up early in the morning, or maybe late at night, read new things, new literatures, get more knowledge in your field, learn more about video making if you're a videographer or a cinematographer, learn more about computing if you're a scientist in IT, learn more about different things if you want to get into a new field. That's the way life is. You need to go through the process. You want change, maybe that requires you to change houses. Maybe where you're staying is too expensive and you don't have enough money to really keep going. Maybe it means you need to go to a cheaper place so you can save money. Maybe you need to move your office from an expensive place and go to a more affordable place in the meantime while you grow very slowly. Maybe you went too fast. You need to be willing to go through discomfort for a while in order to grow and really shine. Number 2, sometimes the people you wanted as part of your life, part of your story, are only going to be there for a chapter. I know, and this is very difficult to accept. We all have some good people in our lives that we were willing, perhaps wishing to keep forever. But unfortunately, it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes great people, good people, very nice people have to go away. Friends, acquaintances, good family, bosses, job, employees, employers. It's part of life. I want you to understand one thing. Your life is like a movie. It's like a cinema movie. And you're the main character. And everybody you meet in your life just playing a role in your movie. It's about you. It's your movie. Okay? And the way you interact with everybody really depends on what their role is in your movie. So some people, unfortunately, just like in a movie, are going to be there for a while to teach you a lesson, to bring something positive in your life, or maybe teach you something negative about life, and then go. You cannot hold on to them forever, unfortunately. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry sometimes in these type of situations. But it's also very important that you realize that the movie goes on. And you're still the main character. Number 3, and this is for the boys. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate the brotherhood. A man's success has a lot to do with the kind of woman he chooses to live with. A man's success has a lot to do with the type of girl you choose in your life. So I said it all. I think it's very important that you realize that. Look, a woman's influence is very big toward the man than the man's influence toward his woman. I cannot explain that. You've probably experienced it. You know what it is, and that's just the way it is. I'm sure you've seen some men, okay, leave his family or abandon his children to go running after another woman, right? You've seen that. Okay, now you tell me how many women you've seen abandon his children going to a man. It doesn't exist. It means the power of a woman over a man is always more relevant, more strenuous than the power of a man over a woman. A woman can influence a man more easily than a man can influence a woman. Therefore, be very careful on the type of woman you choose to bring into your life, because she's going to influence your future, the outcome of your project, the outcome of your ideas. A good woman will probably push you out of bed at 4 o'clock in the morning telling you, hey, I know you're tired, I know it's difficult, but you can do this. You've got the tools. All other guys that are doing it are not better than you. She will plant a seed of positiveness in you. She'll plant a seed of greatness. She even sometimes make you believe that you're stronger than what you think, what you actually are. She'll sometimes make you feel like you are stronger than what you actually are, because that's what she's planting in you. And a bad woman, unfortunately, can do the very opposite effects to you. She can get you from up there, wherever you are, and bring you to the lowest lows you ever experienced. So be very careful on the type of woman you choose to accompany you in this life. A woman plays a big role, a huge role. If you hang out around 5 confident people, you'll probably be number 6. If you hang out around 5 intelligent people, you will be number 6. If you hang out around 5 millionaires, you will be probably number 6. If you hang out around 5 idiots, you will be number 6. Proximity plays a big role in human relation. You cannot evade proximity. I know a lot of people say, okay, they cannot influence me, they're my friend, but I cannot be like them. Listen to me. The longer you stay around something, you begin to be that thing. Have you ever traveled before to a place where they speak your language with a different accent? Do you know what happens when you come back? They say to you, you're starting to speak like Australians. You're beginning to speak like people from Liverpool because you don't even think about it. You're starting to speak a bit American. Why? Because of proximity. You cannot avoid it. You don't necessarily want to sound like that, but that's what you've been exposed to. Unfortunately, this is applicable to so many things. Behavior-wise, thinking-wise. If you hang around people who think that life is just about having just enough, just taking care of food and paying your rent and that's it. And trust me, within a few months, a couple of times, you're going to start thinking that life is just about, just about that life. You don't need to push. It's not too hard. Government will not allow you to grow above a certain level. No, it's okay. You don't need to get better than this. You're just okay. That's the way life is. You hang around people that are promiscuous. Trust me, it might take you long. You're going to start doing things that you've never done before. Maybe not to the extreme, but to some extent. You won't be the same person. Hang around the right people. Hang around the right people. Choose the good people. People who in some way will direct you to your direction. People who will motivate you, perhaps remind you who you are. Because we all have our own identity. You may like somebody and not necessarily agree with who they are as a social person. Let me say that again. You may really like somebody and not be okay with who they are as a social person. So it means you like one part of who they are. You don't like the other part. And you don't have to be ashamed of that. I like you as a person, but I don't like the things that you do. And I will not associate myself with that loudly. That's also part of being matured. And to finish today, guys, I'm going to say that move that you're afraid to take. You know that move that you need to do. You know what you've been thinking about for a while. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's quitting your job. That's been very stressful, very strenuous on you. Very disrespectful boss, perhaps. Not nice colleagues. Not good pay. I don't know what it is. It could be traveling, going to a different place, looking for different horizons, aspiring to better things. But you're afraid because you feel like it's an unknown ground. You're afraid. You're petrified. You're not sure how is this going to be. Or, God, how am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to look after my children or myself? It's going to be hard. Yes, it's probably going to be hard. But every good thing in life is just hard to accomplish. You know, having a baby is not easy. You got to wait for 9 months of discomfort. Sometimes vomiting, not feeling okay, not being okay. You know, until you get a little treasure out of you, then you realize how beautiful it really is. And it was worth all the seconds of the discomfort. Sometimes you have to go through tough times. Sometimes you have to come back to Africa. Yeah. If things are not really working for you, you need to know when to stop. You can't just push. You cannot use the same key on different doors. It doesn't work. If you have a bunch of keys and you're trying to open the door and it does not work, what do? Do you force the keys? You don't. You change keys. And if the keys that you have don't work, maybe that's not the right door for you. Maybe you need to try those keys on a different door. You also need to understand that things have expiration date. An expiration date to your adventure in the UK. Maybe an expiration date to your adventure in the US, in Europe. Maybe the time for you has come to come back to Africa and do something relevant. Something that's always burnt in your heart in some ways and you've never really had the courage to do it. Sometimes doors close so that you can look back and see what's actually really open for you. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you. It's a real pleasure to discuss with you. You know, feel free to join us if you like this. It's going to be a real pleasure. We're going to have a lot of discussions like this. I think it's very important for our community. I wish you a beautiful day and I hope to speak to you very soon in a different video. God bless.